Hello everyone, welcome back to Desimartini. This is Mahima and today we have with us an actress who has proven once again that there is no character she can't play with perfection. The gorgeous Shefali Shah. Hi ma'am, how are you?
I'm good, Mahima. How are you?
I'm great, it's an honor to have you here.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Okay, so last year you opened a restaurant which was called Jalsa and this year you acted in a film which is called Jalsa. What was your first reaction when you heard the title?
Jalsa the film came much before Jalsa the restaurant came.
Oh,
Yes. I don't know whether you've seen the film, but I know it sounds like a juxtapose of actually what the story is, but you'll be amazed at how and where the placement of the title comes. It's really amazing. Jalsa, the restaurant, is true to the name, which is a celebration of food and family and friends and music and togetherness. But they're completely obviously different from each other. And on record, Jalsa the film came before Jalsa the restaurant.
wonderful. So what made you say yes to the film?
Oh, everything. The story. When I heard the story, I read the script. The script, the character, and the director. These are the first three things I look for in a script. And it ticked all the boxes. I've been wanting to work with Suresh Triveni. I've loved Sulu. And this was an opportunity to come together on something which was so powerful and so nuanced. There was no way I could have said no. And then Vidya was doing it. And then there was Rohini Hatanuriji, there was Surya, and there was such an incredible cast and crew. And just, it was like a full package.
Wonderful. So, ma'am, now that the film is out there, we all know what character you have played. We all have our own opinions about your character. But I want to ask you, how would you describe Rukhsana?
Uh, you know, after I became a mother, I realized once a mother, always a mother. It becomes your strongest trait, at least for me. And I think that is what is Rukhsana's strongest trait as well. She's a mother first, before anything else. Yes, she is a working woman. Yes, she is her own person in her own right. But and I don't see her bitter, no matter, I mean, in spite of the fact that she comes from a different strata of the society. She's not bitter at all. She, in fact, has pride when she says that I'm a cook. She has aspirations which she wants to make true for her children. And she wants the best for her kids, like any mother wants. But this one situation turns everything turns everything upside down. And the seemingly simple Rukhsana turns into this very complex person, which is what happens to most of us in real life. Also, she's pushed to a point of no return. She's pushed to a point where she has nothing left to lose anymore. And she'll go to any length to protect her children. So that's Rukhsana. She's human. She's as human as can get. She's flawed. She may be right sometimes. She may be wrong sometimes. But she's real and she's raw. According to me, that is Rukhsana.
How challenging was it for you to step into the shoes of this character?
To step into the shoes of a mother comes easily to me because I am a mother. So I have equally strong feelings. And I would never ever wish for anyone to be in Rukhsana's shoes. Never. But any character I play is not easy for me because I go with the belief that I do not know. My first day is always like my first day at school, that I do not know and I don't know where I'm going to go from here. I just have to learn. That's it. And I'm not trying to be modest about it. I genuinely mean it. So it's always a difficult one for me. I mean, I'm terrified when I'm going to shoot, terrified. And so it's all of that put together. As far as Rukhsana goes, I mean, our house help, our staff, our team is a part of our lives. They're a part of my family. If I didn't have them, I wouldn't have been able to go out and work for long hours. I know there's somebody who's helping me run that house or taking care of the needs in the house. So they're a part of me. So it's not something it's not rocket science that you have to study. I mean, it would be very, very ignorant and egoistic to say, oh, I studied or I particularly researched for this part. Why was I blind till now? I mean, seriously, it's really, I think it's very egoistic and ridiculous to say something like that. So I am a homemaker myself. Rukhsana not only is a homemaker for her own home, but she is a homemaker for Maya's as well. The same way, I am a homemaker. And I take pride in what I do, in terms of whether it's cleaning, cooking, whatever it is. So, yeah, I think it was all of it together. But I think it's the complexity that the situation puts her in, which is what is more, which was what we needed to more focus on. And without, it could have easily become a melodramatic character. It could have easily become an over-the-top character. But to keep her, like her reins in control, and yet putting everything across, I think that is more of a challenge.
Ma'am, one part where all the emphasis is that more than the dialogues, the team has focused more on how the emoting of whatever Rukhsana was feeling at that time. How difficult was that for you? Because more than the dialogues and everything, you had to show everything through your body language and through your expressions. How difficult was it for you?
I love that the most. I love it the most. I'm probably the only actor who goes and tells directors, please cut my lines. And actually, I do it. Because I genuinely believe that when you can say something with 2 words, don't use 4. And when you can say something without any words, don't even use 2. We have the luxury of camera that catches the smallest of nuance. And if you can show it, why say it? And a lot of times, what is held back is left to imagination. And that is more frightening than when it's said and spelled out. Also, Rukhsana comes from a place where she cannot be so vocal about what she feels. She comes from a different strata of the society. They don't have a platform. So I think all of it, but I enjoy that the most. I love it.
I can say for sure that the audience has also loved it. I mean, seeing the real raw character and the way you said it, if you can show it, why say it? That literally gave me chills right now.
Thank you.
Okay, coming to your co-star Vidya Balan, how was your experience of working with actress?
Amazing. I mean, like all of us, I've admired her tremendously as an actor. And when I have such an incredible actor in front of me, it only makes me richer. It makes me better. So it was like a beautiful chemistry of sorts. Even though Rukhsana and Maya are not, they don't have a camaraderie, or they're not compatible, or in fact, they're actually the two sides of the coin. They're standing on two, extremes. But I think just all of that, I mean, it's a treat to work with Vidya. I wish we had more scenes and more time together.
I think many fans would also agree with you. They also wish that happened, because when the film was announced initially, everybody was so excited that 2 powerhouse actors, 2 women who everybody in the country loved, are coming together. And there were so many expectations from the film when it was initially announced. How did you feel about it? Were you overwhelmed?
No, I wasn't overwhelmed, because honestly, when I take up a project, I take it up, one, because I love it so much, and then just making it, creating it, is so much fun. That is the highlight for me. I'm being very honest. The sessions with my director, endless questions, answers, debates, discussions, digging deeper and deeper and deeper into the script and excavating all the gold that is there, and then shooting it and letting it come through and finally seeing it. I genuinely believe that every film or every show is like a baby is born with a fate of its own. I have no control over it. I don't know. I didn't even know where it was going to be shown when I shot it. I didn't know that they were going to make it for Amazon, or I didn't know about it. But for me, just creating it was so much joy that I didn't think ahead. So there was no pressure. There was no anticipation. There was no expectation. I walked out laughing all the way, thinking, "Oh my God, I've had one of the most enriching experiences, work experiences of my life." And then now, whatever is coming is just a cherry on the sundae. It's a blessing, and there's just gratification for it.
Wow, wonderful. I mean, just hearing you talk about it is giving me an idea of how much fun you had while shooting this project.
True. And not fun in the conventional sense. It's not like we could sit and chill and laugh and crack jokes. We did not have the time. It was a very grueling schedule. It was time bound. I mean, we've shot the film in 35 days. It's quite something. And very, very intense scenes. But the passion, it was palpable, palpable on set. It was just everyone. I mean, the chemistry, it was crackling on set, that whole atmosphere. So it was another kind of a high.
I'm loving how passionate you are. Sorry, I'm fawning over you. I remember our past interview also. I was fawning over you. Here I am again.
Oh,
So sorry.
No,
So sorry.
thank you. Thank you.
Okay, coming back to the interview, there's another project of yours, or as you would like to call it, your baby. Delhi Crime is completing 3 years today. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Any update on season 2?
Well, if you get to know, let me know. But we're hoping that sometime soon they'll announce it, or I'm actually waiting for it as much as the audience is. I'm waiting for Vartika to come back.
I hope the makers are listening to this.
I'm sure they listen to it. We've shot DC already.
So, ma'am, this was a turning point in your career. And you mentioned that it changed the way a lot of filmmakers look at you and it made you a sought after actor. I want to know which project, in your opinion, gratified you as an actor. I mean, it made you feel like you have that potential to be an artist. Which was that project?
As an artist, I mean, I've been lucky to be a part of some incredible projects. So I don't have a very long resume, but I have a strong resume. I mean, whether you talk about a Satya or a Monsoon Wedding or a Gandhi My Father or Last Year or Juice, once again, Delhi Crime, all of it, I mean, there's just amazing, amazing projects. For me, gratifying as an actor, all of them, yeah. All of them. But I have to admit that Delhi Crime became the turning point of my career. It did. I was blessed with a lot of love and appreciation, but it finally started translating to work.
Was there any project before or after Delhi Crime which you signed up for and you realized that maybe your full potential is not being tapped in?
See, normally I say yes to something that really turns me inside out. And touch wood, mostly my gut has worked. 99% it has worked. My gut instinct has worked. And I've realized over time that I should just follow it. That's what works for me. Whether it's picking a project or performing a role, either or. After DC, I just did Ajit Dastan. And then Human. And then Jalsa. And Darlings. And Dr. G. And Three of Us. And DC 2. So no.
Thank God.
Yeah, thank God.
Okay, so ma'am, now you have already won us over once again with Jalsa. But your two projects, which we are very eagerly waiting for, your two films are Dr. G and Darlings. How was your experience of working with Ayushmann Khurrana and Alia Bhatt, both of who are very, very talented actors?
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. And, Dr. G, it's an ensemble cast. I mean, rather, I'm part of an ensemble cast. I'm not playing the lead or the parallel lead, but it's a very sensitive and funny script. And it's a really sweet film. It's a really sweet film. And Darlings, again, I'm playing parallel lead. There's Alia and me, and there is Vijay Varma, there is Roshan Matthew, and it's one of the best scripts I've read. Easily one of them. It's a cracker of a film. And it's been a treat working with them. It's been an absolute treat working with them. In fact, if anything, Alia and me probably, I mean, we had a longer schedule together rather than Ayushman. I just play a guest appearance in that film. But it's a treat working with them. They're both incredibly focused and dedicated and good actors. So it's always a treat, like I said, the same as it is with Vidya, the same as it is with Surya, with Rohini ma'am, that, you know, when you're working with good actors, they make you richer, they make you better.
Okay, so ma'am, you have worked in so many genres and you have aced them all. But personally, I want to know, will you ever return with an out and out comedy film? Because seeing you in Dil Dhadakne Do was a treat.
Wait till you watch Darlings.
Okay, I've got goosebumps again.
It's insane. It is so wicked and funny.
Now, can't wait for it. Before I take your leave, I just have one more question for you. We are watching Jalsa on OTT right now, but what is Shefali Shah watching on the digital platform?
Okay, so recently, actually in the last 4 days, I've watched so much content because, you know, I was caught up with the promotions, etc. And before that, actually, human promotions had just gotten over, got like 15, 20 days, and then Jalsa started. So I missed a lot of stuff. And the theaters have opened up. So I actually watched in the last 4 days. I first saw, we saw Jalsa on the 14th. So this is the first time I went back to a theater after 2 years. Then 4 days ago, we saw Gangubai. Then we saw Spider-Man at home on OTT. Then I saw one more film, I don't remember. Then I saw 83 yesterday. And the last shows that I watched were Puppet Master and Tinder Swindler. What else? There are a lot of shows that I still want to watch. I think Bad Vegan. There's another show on Boeing something on Netflix. There is Caliphate, which I haven't seen. There's a lot of material I haven't seen. Dying to watch it.
What did you think of Alia's Gangubai? I mean, her performance in the film.
She is a cracker. She is a cracker. I felt so proud that the film was, you know, it was Alia's film. It was a female-centric film that opened so brilliantly at the box office and did so well. And she is amazing, amazing. But she is a good actor. I mean, it's not a surprise.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, ma'am, for this lovely chat. I can't wait to see you in Darlings next.
Thank
Very
you.
excited for it. And congratulations once again on Jalsa.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.